Welcome back to the Five. Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad took to the UN podium today and, as expected, proceeded to slam America and Zionists, called the 9/11 terrorist attacks, quote, mysterious, questioned the Holocaust, and blamed America for the global economic crisis we find ourselves in. Take a listen.
By using their imperialistic media network, which is under the influence of colonialism, they threaten anyone who questions the Holocaust and September 11th with sanctions and military action.
The comments prompted the U.S. delegation and a few others to walk out of the General Assembly during that speech. Dana, is Iran our most dangerous enemy?
Arguably, although, some people in national security might say a lone wolf terrorist is actually more dangerous. But on the world stage, I think you have Iran and North Korea. Remember the evil, I can't remember, what was it, the axis of evil. But yeah, it certainly falls into that category. And then also, it brings me back to something I've been feeling this week, which is, why do we allow him to come here and make this speech every year? I'm just over it. Right. I'm over him and having to listen to it every week. I used to be very much more tolerant.
And he does this every year. Every time he's in New York City, besides just completely destroying our schedules and our traffic.
He also goes to see a show, though. He will see a show.
Why is he allowed? Right. Why is he allowed to be here, though? He does this. He disrespects our nation. Other countries walk out, and we let him do it every single year.
And we walk out every year. This is not the first time that the American delegation...
And he's nuts. He's nuts. And he's losing power to begin with. So he's going to get even crazier.
Here's the thing. A lot of people use that as an excuse just to leave and go smoke a cigarette. Like, they pretend they're walking out. They're outraged. They're going out to have a beer. But here's the thing. I'm like, curious about this guy staying at the Warwick Hotel, which is right up the street from our offices. And I'm thinking, what must it be like if you work at the Warwick and he's staying there? I mean, if I were a waiter doing room service, I would definitely make some of my homemade lemonade and offer it with the soup.
I'm not sure I want to go to work that week either. Maybe I'll take this week off. Juan, talk to us about Mr. Obama's policy on Islam, on the Muslim world. There are those on the right who would say he's soft on Islam.
This is the most bizarre thing to me, because I think every American president commits that we are strongly pro-Israeli, that there is nothing that can be done to Israel that would in any way suggest that we wouldn't defend Israel's right to exist. And we make this very clear. Our foreign policy, our foreign contributions to countries is all based on supporting Israel. So it's bizarre to me. And even in the speech that the president gave yesterday, he said that as a precedent for any negotiations, you have got to acknowledge Israel's right to exist. Benjamin Netanyahu said this was a very good speech. And yet, if you listen to the conservative critics, including Mr. Rick Perry, Obama is not a big supporter of Israel.
I mean, that is the criticism from the right.
Have you seen the demonstrations in Palestine? Have you seen them burning our flag because of Obama's speech?
Well, no, they were burning the flags before.
No, they are angry because of his speech.
Well, let's talk about this, Greg. Southwest Airlines has found some Arabic writing on the underbelly of some of their airplanes.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
It's like the plot of a Hardy Boys novel, like The Secret in the Soot. But, my theory is this is just an Arabic way of saying, please wash me. That's what everybody does. If you see a dirty van, I guarantee you they're gonna translate it. It's gonna be something really silly, like "Please clean me." It's not gonna be anything sinister. I guarantee you.
No.
Dana, you don't think it's like aim the surface-to-air missile here?
No, I think. Well, look, unfortunately for Southwest Airlines, it happened to their planes. What I admire about the company is that they took it very seriously. And they put out a bulletin to the employees and said, we want to find out who's doing this, and we want to make sure that we stop them. I don't know if they would do that necessarily for any type of graffiti.
Is this passing the smell? I mean, really? Arabic writing underneath planes when they write it off as like, well, wash me?
Well, yeah, why not? But it's not just one plane either. And it's not just, remember we were kids, we used to make, we used to draw butts and silly things. This is on more than, well... I mean, some kids did, other kids, and I would tell them not to do it. But I think this is more than one plane. So, Dana, you're right. I mean, they have to take this seriously.
Yeah, but
this isn't just one isolated incident.
Here's a caveat.
It's more and more.
But a caveat. It's been happening since February. So, I mean, it's not like it's just all of a sudden just happened. It's been happening since February, and nothing terrible. But it does make...
That doesn't mean nothing terrible did happen.
Right.
If something did happen, and then it came out that this has been happening since February, and they hadn't said anything, and we didn't know about it.
No, I think it's
then that would be a problem. So I think they did the right thing.
Guys, let's not forget, they're not doing it on the taxi cab out there or the FedEx truck. They're doing it on our airlines.
Or Greg's car.
Which are we're a little skittish about after 9/11.
But that's it. Then it's easier to find out who it is because there's only a few people that would have access to the body of a plane. I'm telling you, my gut tells me it's going to be something really silly because it generally with stuff like that.
We have to take off a different article of clothing.
We're going to have to remove our fingers.
Well, watch me. That's why it's not believable. Yeah. I don't think that would be a theme coming from anyway.
All right. Coming up in another disastrous decision by the administration, Eric Holder promises to close Gitmo by the 2012 election. Greg gives us his take next.